The mass adoption of blockchain technology is something discussed often in the crypto space, commonly associated with the idea of more people buying a certain token, resulting in the price going up. But in reality, markets are manipulated and heavily correlated to the price of Bitcoin. Therefore, the quality of a blockchain's technology is in no way reflected in the price of its cryptocurrency. It will be a long road, but one day a decoupling will occur, where a blockchain's value will be determined by the number of users, the utility it delivers, innovation it enables, and how widely distributed, accessible, and ingrained its technology is within the systems of society across the globe. With this in mind, when you think about the mission statement, it's peer-reviewed provable technology, unmatched strategy in the developing world, largest decentralized innovation fund fueling the build-out of its ecosystem, an unrivaled community powering it all forward. Ask yourself the question, is there another blockchain more equipped to tackle the problem that is mass adoption than Cardano? Welcome back for today's installment of Cardano Insights, where we track the all-important developments at the very pulse of Cardano and its ecosystem each weekday. So let's get straight into it. First up today into a project that is going to massively enhance our ecosystem from a DeFi perspective upon its introduction. You may remember in previous Maladex coverage we discussed a few teasers put out there by Yarrick, who mentioned back in July I think that Maladex was cooking up something special to be announced in August that wasn't the actual launch, so this was definitely an intriguing proposition. As you know, I'm a big believer in what Maladex are bringing to the Cardano ecosystem. The project is highly anticipated and there is a lot going on behind the scenes right now. I think the community has some big surprises in store when all is revealed. Although August came and went with no announcement, today we got a little update from Yarrick after being poked by the Meritus stake pool. So here we have Yarrick reaching out to the community referencing the recent Cardano Summit announcement that we can now nominate speakers from projects building on Cardano to feature on the main stage at the Summit in November. More on this a bit later. So Yarrick wrote, in November, we're going to be ready to share a ton of details from behind the curtain. If you want the secrets from behind the curtain to be spilled on the Cardano Summit stage, then I'd love your vote, linking the Summit voting page and his details for the submission form. The Meritus stake pool responded in good jest. First it was August, then soon, now November, give us some crumbs. To which Yarrick replied, August was a bit over optimistic, but end of September, what was supposed to happen is going to happen. I was just over optimistic for August. So this is great news. We'll be keeping a close eye on developments here. The end of September is fast approaching and I can't wait personally to see what Maladex have in store. Last we heard, the actual launch is still on track, scheduled for late Q4, likely after the Cardano Summit, based on what Yarrick said about releasing secrets from behind the curtain at this event. So let me know in the comments what you think they may be announcing at the end of this month. Either way, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Maladex coverage on this channel in the coming weeks. Now, there are many projects building in the Cardano ecosystem that I'd love to see feature on the main stage at the Summit, and it's definitely going to add another dimension to the event, considering last year smart contracts had pretty much just been delivered, with only a handful of projects that were anything close to launching. This time round, with over 1,000 projects building and dApps already deployed, there are many project leaders in our ecosystem that we all want to hear from, so who gets your vote? So if you head on over to the Summit link in my description, here you'll be able to nominate a speaker by filling out the short form and submitting. Yarrick gets my vote. In my opinion, I think the Cardano Summit needs the brains behind what will prove to be Cardano's first world-class trading platform, front and center on the main stage. But like I said, there are so many great projects that come to mind, so go show your support and vote for who you want to see feature on the main stage in November. In addition, during the Cardano Summit, 10 awards will be given to Cardano community members and the winners will be presented live during the Summit. The awards range from the most impactful single stake pool operator, environmental or humanitarian work, NFT project, SIP creator, developer or developer tools, DeFi platform, wallet, marketplace, ambassador, and educational contributor. So yeah, definitely head on over to the Summit link, vote for which project you want to hear speak on the Summit main stage, and go nominate some community members in these categories who've been significantly contributing to the growth of our Cardano ecosystem. Now, when we think of adoption, as I've often said on this channel, the strategy Cardano is pursuing in terms of taking systems to the places that need it most, for example the developing world, where there is not only a fundamental need, but also a willingness to embrace these systems, I think long term will be looked back on as one of the most bulletproof strategies that many in the blockchain space just currently aren't paying attention to. For this reason, Cardano is making significant strides towards demonstrating its real-world use case, and in doing so, not only will it change the lives of people in these regions, but as a byproduct will in turn capture a significant number of users. The majority of the world doesn't use crypto, but can and definitely will benefit from blockchain technology. That's exactly who Cardano is targeting. Now, there are a number of Cardano projects addressing real-world issues, for instance World Mobile in connecting the unconnected, or Empower with affordable home loans for the financially excluded. Tackling the big problems we are faced with in the modern world, if achieved, levels the playing field, improves the lives of countless people, and delivers that real-world use case for blockchain technologies. Any project aiming to address the big global problems always sparks my interest, and for me, it's in these projects that the most value lies from an adoption perspective. One of the areas blockchain technology will no doubt play a massive role in improving, and in some cases is already being implemented in, is to be used to address transparency in global supply chains. The clothing industry is rife with dangerous working conditions, and estimated that just 2% of garment workers globally are paid a living wage. Change is certainly needed here. With this in mind, check out this project called Origin Thread. They are a clothing brand built on the Cardano blockchain who create NFT connected clothing. Scanning the NFC tag on any of their garments, you can view a video of its creation and fully transparent on-chain sourcing information. Interestingly, they have a catalyst proposal in Fund 9, which is a great example of another quality contribution to our ecosystem. They explain because Cardano's native asset design allows for novel approaches to supply chain transparency, every material, stage and process in the supply chain can be represented on-chain. This implementation of blockchain technology can revolutionize visibility of value chains and drive widespread blockchain adoption. Origin Thread was conceived pre-Goguen to explore using NFTs to disrupt fashion sourcing. They've built a first iteration of blockchain-backed clothing which uses NFC tags to connect a garment with a corresponding NFT, proving authenticity and linking to basic sourcing information. The Fund 9 proposal sets out a plan to research, develop and launch a minimum viable implementation of a tokenized supply chain on Cardano. This will demonstrate the advantages of Cardano's native asset design, serve as a case study for other businesses looking to implement blockchain solutions, and provide revenue for Origin Thread to continue to innovate new applications on Cardano. I think this is a great proposal and can certainly see the benefits it will bring to the Cardano ecosystem if delivered. Human and natural resources are exploited in the production of most clothing on the market. Customers are increasingly disconnected from how their clothes have been made, so a new approach which improves traceability and accountability is definitely needed to accelerate change. So Origin Thread will use the fund to research, design and build a tokenized garment supply chain implementation on Cardano. In addition, they will develop standards and document the tools and methods used, which will be shared to accelerate adoption of Cardano in supply chains by other businesses. So if you want to check on the full proposal, I've linked it in the description below. With real-world adoption in mind, check this out. Brought to my attention by Marco Meerman via the Saki stake pool, so thank you. They write, "Happy news Cardano community, Cardano Atala PRISM has been selected in part of the future digital infrastructure development in Japan. When SMEs apply for grants from the government, this is used to prove the existence of the company." So if we head on over to the link provided, it takes us to NTT Data, a global innovator of IT and business services headquartered in Tokyo. Referencing project number 8, it reads, "New mechanism for identification, real proof in electronic application for subsidies and benefits for small and medium-sized enterprises and individual enterprises." If we go over to the attached document, translated, it defines the problem and reads, "It's difficult to keep track of the current business conditions and existence of SMEs and sole proprietorships. In this case, the identity verification and proof of existence of small and medium-sized corporations and sole proprietorships will be create a new mechanism that can be clearly understood by trusted web technology." The document then lists some of the applicant criteria and positive impacts it aims to achieve, like the simplification of personal information collection, the simplification and speed of the administrative process, and accuracy and reliability in evaluating the information. Then down here in the bottom right corner, it reads, "The implementation of the trusted web repository is a public blockchain, Cardano, and perform verification using Atala PRISM, distributed storage." Now I only got this info in the last hour or so and wasn't able to find any press releases, articles or any other references to this in my limited search, but this certainly represents a fantastic move for the real-world adoption of Atala PRISM. We know there's the ongoing implementation of DIDs with Ethiopia's Ministry of Education and the Decentralized Identification and Loyalty Scheme being introduced to Dish Network's customers in the US. Now it would seem we can add Japan on this list. There is nothing official yet on Atala's site, but I'm going to do some more research and will bring you further info in an up-and-coming video. So that's it for today's installment of Cardano Insights, as we keep track of all the developments and continue to spread those positive Cardano vibes. If you found value in the content, then please be sure to comment, share, like and subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate all the support. We'll be back tomorrow with your daily roundup, and until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.